This is fairly unprecedented in the recent past, but you can't say that there have been no precedents at all. Unilateral action by force has been taken and done in the past by United States. This has happened in, during the senior Bush's time. This is what Reagan did in Lebanon, during Obama's time also in Libya. During Bush's time, it happened in Iraq. There is a trend of some kind where United States has done it in the past for a variety of reasons. In Iraq, it was weapons of mass destruction was an excuse. Well, I think overall, if you see, this is fairly unprecedented in the recent past, but you can't say that there have been no precedents at all. And what it really means is unilateral action by force has been taken and done in the past by United States. This has happened in, during the senior Bush's time. This is what Reagan did in Lebanon. Subsequently, it has happened during Obama's time. Well, I think overall, if you see, this is fairly unprecedented in the recent past, but you can't say that there have been no precedents at all. And what it really means is unilateral action by force has been taken and done in the past by United States. This has happened in, during the senior Bush's time. This is what Reagan did in Lebanon. Subsequently, it has happened during Obama's time also in Libya. During Bush's time, it happened in Iraq. So there have been, I'm not justifying it in any way, but there is a trend of some kind where United States has done it in the past for a variety of reasons. In Iraq, it was weapons of mass destruction was an excuse that was put in the UN formally. Such actions by not only US, by any country do require scrutiny. You look at the dimensions, rightly said by you, it raises questions about stability in Latin America, because if the reports are to be believed, then President Trump has also said that he will have to take action on certain other countries, and he has mentioned specifically Colombia, Mexico, etc. Obviously, there is very strong condemnation in the Latin American side, except for one or two countries. All of them have condemned it, including Brazil, which is a major country in South America. China, obviously, Russia and Iran, all of them have not only condemned, they have denounced, and they have said how unlawful it is. Well, so far as us, we are concerned, we have expressed concern. But as you know, India does not generally take sides. But it can be seen this way, that it is part of our strategic autonomy, as we call it. It is really choice of independent decision making. So India does not want to take sides in this. We have had good relations with Venezuela, and we have very strong strategic partnership with the United States of America. But overall, UN has expressed a concern. India has a traditional position that countries should not intervene in the internal affairs of other countries. That's our stand, and we have always stood for peace and well-being of people. So I think this development has to be seen with concern, and rightly India is keeping a close watch on the evolving situation. We'll come to know America has said that, US has said that it is a lawful situation, and they have brought in certain charges of trafficking and narco-terrorism, money laundering against President Maduro. So let's see how it proceeds, because ultimately US does have its own legal system, which will be deployed now that he is in the US territory. There are within US there have been dissenting voices, particularly on the Democratic side. Republicans have come in favor of such a situation. So there are questions of sovereignty of a nation, question of using force to bring regime change in a particular country, question of world order and how United Nations should be looking at such situations, and in the long term, the stability of the world order, because such actions do provoke reactions, not necessarily from India, but if you look at the geopolitics, the power politics of the world, then China, Russia, Iran on one side, US, and so far it was the European countries on the other side. But even EU has expressed concern in this matter, and certain legal issues and issues related to sovereignty and use of force has been objected to by many European countries. So this is where we stand. There are other aspects like interest of regarding the oil. Oil is a big factor in all this, and strategically President Trump has a particular way of working. All of us have seen that. So these are some of the issues that concern everyone, including India, definitely, because we are a major player in the world.
Talking about West Asia now, sir, we've seen ongoing protests in Iran. Even President Trump said in his Truth Social post that US is locked and loaded to go after Iran if it is suppressing the protesters. How do you look at the situation? And India has also issued an advisory for Indians. So how do you look at the developments?
Well, I think the situation is still evolving. We have seen the protests that have been happening. We also remember some time back there were attacks on the Iran in various places by Israeli forces primarily, but obviously supported by the United States. For India, Iran has been a good friend. We have excellent relations, not from now, historical, cultural, and we've had high-level exchanges. So we again will have to be very, very closely watching this situation. There will be concerns, obviously, on the part of India also. So we'll have to closely watch the situation as to how it evolves and then see how to proceed. Because it's not a direct conflict with India. Nevertheless, Iran being a good friend, on the other side, US also is a good friend, and Israel is also a good friend. So we'll have to, calibrate this our response very carefully.
And talking about another neighbor, Bangladesh, another Hindu man has been shot. He has been killed in Bangladesh. This adds up to the series of violent attacks that we have been seeing on Hindus, on minorities in Bangladesh, and we also have elections coming up in February. How do you look at these developments?
Again, Bangladesh is a complex diplomatic challenge, as I call it, for India. It is a neighbor, it's an important neighbor. We have had outstanding relationship despite some ups and downs in the past. This has, been good for both the countries. And now we'll have to again, I think we have expressed repeatedly our concern regarding the protection of minority rights and particularly safeguarding their security and safety. India has highlighted, India has flagged. We should also note that recently our External Affairs Minister, Shri Jaishankar, he also visited. The occasion was a funeral of the BNP leader, Khalida Zia. But at the same time, I'm sure he has also used the opportunity to discuss bilaterally things that concern both of us, and about the situation in Bangladesh, overall political relations, and how it's going to evolve. I think Bangladesh is something that we'll have to, again, as I call it, strategic patience till the elections happen. And but meanwhile, it's not that relationship is only unidimensional. It's a multidimensional relationship. There are people-to-people relationship. There are trade relationship. And both countries will have to carefully think about consequences. A situation like this cannot permanently, obviously, continue. It's neither in interest of Bangladesh, certainly not in the interest of India.
So just last question. President Trump has given once again a warning to India about its export of Russian oil. How do you look at those comments at a time when the two countries are negotiating a trade deal? And Lindsey Graham also said, he actually claimed that in a conversation with the Indian ambassador to US, this was something that came up.
See, I think we should not draw any conclusions, in my view, from such reports or such clippings that come, because often they are seen out of context. The discussions, bilateral discussions, as we understand, have been going on for quite some time. Even between friendly countries, it's not always easy to work out agreements and MOUs, because there are so much of implication domestically. And India, is very, very careful to see that whatever comes out should be mutually beneficial. It cannot be one-sided. And if that report is correct, then in the report they say that at the insistence of President Trump, India has reduced oil imports from Russia. Now, this is something that I cannot really comment. What is important ultimately is India protects its own interests. US will try to protect its own interest. So both will have to have several rounds, perhaps, because there have been reports in the past that we are very close to signing a pact also. So I think right now it's a process of kind of dialoguing that is going on. And my hunch is over a period of time, with little more patience, India will be able to sign a very, very mutually beneficial agreement.